With the introduction of Zoom, isolation from the COVID pandemic, and the rise in cell phone usage, teens and young adults are apparently losing the ability to make small talk. An English professor at a college in Florida teaches a job market boot camp to show kids how to network and pitch themselves.
Professor Jana Matthews joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I guess this shouldn't come as a surprise with all the time they spend on screens. Maybe they have difficulty connecting. What is the first thing that you tell them to do to make it seem less intimidating?
I think the first thing that I tell them to do is to just practice, practice, practice. So before you get into a job interview situation, there's lots of opportunities where you can have the ability to have conversations with cashiers and with doctors and with friends and even with college professors.
It is interesting that I think these statistics came from your press release there, that 80% of students actually think they're good communicators, and like more than 50% of employers say they're terrible at it. What is the disconnect?
The disconnect is there, I think, as you said, it's the COVID generation, and it's also spending so much time alone and so much time communicating with technology. And so they really, really struggle to communicate in person, on the fly, and in social situations where they can't script out in advance a conversation.
So when they're in an interview, are you finding that they're just not making eye contact? What's the biggest thing they're not doing?
Yeah, so they're not making eye contact. They're not asking questions. They're engaging in one-word answers. As silly as it might sound, they are not taking their earbuds out when they talk.
Oh,
so all
you
of
gotta be kidding me.
You are making that up.
We have to kind of retrain them.
Wait a minute. They are going into an interview with earbuds in?
I wouldn't say that's the norm, but I would say that they're coming into class, they're coming into office hours, other professional situations with their earbuds in. And so we're having to prep them for that kind of experience.
Well, this is something their parents should be talking to them about, not you. But anyway, I would imagine they're struggling with nonverbal cues as well. So what do you have like some chart that says this nonverbal cue means this?
Yeah, so nonverbal cues, again, they're communicating all digitally. And so when they get into a room and they really struggle to sort of read a person's non-visual cues. And so we practice that in class. I do lots of modeling for them and also encourage them and show them how to, how to read signs off each other in class and how to apply that in professional settings.
I would assume that they probably all think this is stuff they've heard before, or is this a surprise to them? Do they find this interesting, or are they rolling their eyes at you?
Shockingly, they're finding it really, really interesting, and they're actually pretty engaged in it. I think that any lesson that doesn't come from a parent is probably going to be received better than one from a parent. I have 3 college students myself, and so they don't listen to anything I say, but if somebody else tells them, they're more likely to tune in.
So to get something tangible out of this, other than practice, when they get the question in an interview about, tell me about yourself, are you suggesting that maybe they type out their elevator pitch and
I am exactly saying that. I think part of it is sort of scripting things in advance, having scripts that will help alleviate that anxiety. Also, I think that as we enter into the holiday season, practicing that small talk, those conversations you can have with family, friends, at holiday parties, with the people that kind of stop by your house, all of those help develop those skills. And most importantly, ask questions, right? People like to talk about themselves. So if you don't know what to say, tell me more about what you're interested in, or, oh, I'm really interested in your job. Like, can you explain to me your career path? Just simple things can really help, elevate that conversation and prepare them for the future.
Well, for more information, you can check out JanaMatthews.com. You can also follow her on social media. Thanks, Jana.
Thank you.